Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi, I'm Henrike.
Hi, I'm Julia.
Hi, I'm Nienke, and welcome to The Grid. Okay.
This is our new podcast about Formula One. I hope you're excited to listen.
We'll talk about all things Formula One, race recaps, history, news, maybe some gossip even.
New episode every Friday. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm from the UK. I got into F1 through my dad, and I've been watching it full time for a couple of years now. My favourite drivers are Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, and I support McLaren. I'm most excited about seeing how Ferrari make their comeback.
I'm Henrike. I'm from Belgium. I got into the sport because of my dad. I used to watch it since I was young. I also watch MotoGP. It was love them both. My favorite drivers are Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. My favorite team is Ferrari. I've always supported them. It's the first team I remember since I was young. And I'm really excited to see how Ferrari makes their comeback and how to see William grow into the team they once were.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm from Germany. I got into sport through my mom. She was a racing driver herself, and I basically started watching the day I was born. There are like 5 races I've never seen. My favorite drivers are Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. My favorite teams, Ferrari, but also McLaren. They really grown to me last couple of years. And I'm most excited to see the young drivers prove themselves, especially Mick.
Hi, I'm Nienke. I'm from the Netherlands. My favorite drivers are Lando Norris and George Russell. My favorite team is McLaren, but Williams has grown on me the last couple of years. And I'm really excited to see Williams grow back into the team they once were and to see how Aston Martin will do it this year. And I got into the sport because of my dad. He's been watching Formula One ever since I can remember. I grew up watching races with him, supporting the drivers he supported. But the last couple of years, I started watching it more for myself, and I kind of got my own opinion on the sport and on the drivers. So yeah, that's how I got into the sports.
So, starting to get into the topic, let's talk about how the teams and drivers have changed. What are your opinions on how the teams changed, Aston Martin and everything else?
I'll start with one thing. I don't know how I feel about it. It's the Renault to Alpine change. I don't know how it's said. Let's say Alpine. First of all, they got Fernando Alonso back. I don't really know how I feel about it.
Same.
He's a good driver, but I think he shouldn't have come back. I think there was more room for the rookies to come
Yeah, definitely.
with one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when you Joe, for example, like he or Christian Lundgaard, there are like a lot of amazing drivers. Renault is in their driver academy. And I personally don't get why they would rather take a 40-year-old than a young driver who's like both of them got so much potential, and I personally just don't see the sense behind that move.
Especially
and it also seems like Alonso is kind of coming in as the head of the team, and Ocon's the one who's going to be fighting for his seat. Ocon's the one who needs to prove himself against Alonso, because obviously Pierre Gasly's been linked to this team, so it looks like he's going to stay.
And also, I forgot my point. No, I remember when we see what Fernando Alonso did a few years back at McLaren. When I look at it, I don't see why they would want him back.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't get why they got him to do like the young driver test, because he is not a young driver anymore.
No,
definitely not.
Why would you do that? If he's young, then I'm a baby. I don't get it.
Yeah. Also,
a
thing I don't know if you know about it, but because Cyril is gone, there is a new team principal, and it's someone who used to work in MotoGP, and as I said, I'm a fan of that as well. And he used to work for Suzuki, and they were really at the low point of the sport, and he got them back to racing and winning again. So I'm excited to see how it will work inside the new thing with F1 and how it will help improve the team, because he did it for Suzuki MotoGP as well. So I'm excited to see how it will make changes in the team.
I hope it will bring Alpine like back to where Renault once was, because
Yeah.
the last couple of years Renault
Yeah.
just went down. I think Daniel really helped them get back up, but
Yeah, they
Definitely,
were in
yeah.
they were in the midfield at times,
Yeah.
but they were never near as consistent as McLaren or Racing Point.
No.
exactly.
talking about
So-
Racing Point,
Exactly.
Aston Martin.
Talking about
So-
Racing Point or Aston Martin or Force India or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I'm not. I do love the car. I think it's the best car, the
Yeah.
best looking car on the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
agree.
Definitely.
excited for Sebastian to have like a team that will support him,
Yes.
because he really deserves it. Ferrari
Yeah.
really got, and I think it's gonna be good for him. I'm not sure how Lance will do with Sebastian next to him.
It's going to be pretty exciting to see, because I think Sepp lost a lot of confidence in the last year at Ferrari, and
Yeah, he did.
that really hurt to see, because like when I really got into the sport, that was around the time when Sepp was winning all the championships, and now seeing him struggle so much at a team which was supposed to be the love of his life, like for racing, and seeing him struggle there so much, and seeing Ferrari screw him over and over again. I'm really hoping that Aston Martin will appreciate him in the way that he deserves it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Aston Martin are probably going to be a bit overlooked just because Lance was kind of like the second driver at Racing Point. Sergio got them most of the points.
Yeah.
And obviously we don't know if Seb's just gone off or whether he just needs a better car and a better environment to do better. So we just don't know really how they're going to perform.
No.
I hope they will be better than this year, because Racing Point did pretty good the last couple of years, but I just hope they will keep growing and will fight for like the third place in championship and like the constructors championship again. And I hope to see Sebastian on the podiums again, because I really do miss seeing him on the podiums.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Last year in Turkey was like I felt sorry for Charles, but he like it was his mistake, definitely. But
Yes.
I was so happy to see Zep back on the podium. It was like amazing, like really amazing, because it hurt. But being a Ferrari fan hurt the last couple of years, let's be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, talking about Ferrari then, because they have some
Exactly, talking about
Yeah.
Ferrari.
They've also made a big change.
Yeah, I think Saints will be good for the team, good for Charles.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be getting along pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
think it's exciting to see two pretty young drivers in their team, because usually they got like more older and advanced drivers, and now they got two both pretty young drivers still.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that will work and how they will make the team grow and expand and be better.
Yeah, I do think two young drivers who will be quite competitive is what Ferrari needs. I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
Carlos could definitely challenge Charles, even match him or beat him. I think they're going to be really good together and be good for Ferrari and getting them back
Yeah.
up the constructors and drivers.
Yeah, if their car can prove it, because I've seen like with testing,
Yeah.
Carlos was
The
stuck in
motors-
fourth gear for a whole round, for a whole lap. So, not sure.
The engine seems to be working better this year. Looking at Alfa Romeo, it really showed
Yeah,
much faster
Yeah, they have
pace.
upgraded the engine.
Yeah, definitely. So I hope that also Ferrari will be faster this year. 'Cause,
Yeah.
but you never know with testing. Like you never know. Like
No.
Mercedes, like they did that. Was last year or like 2 years ago, and they still dominated the whole season.
Exactly.
So you never
Yeah.
know.
It doesn't say anything.
No, I'm
Exactly.
just hoping they will like be racing again, like competing for a
Yeah.
podium or a win and for the championship. I don't know whether they really will be competing for a championship, but just seeing them race again, because I think the last few years they haven't really done that.
No,
No.
they were like going to midfield teams instead of like being one of the top teams,
Yeah.
which they used to be.
Yeah.
And that was really sad.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that just a couple of years ago, Ferrari were consistently fighting Red Bull and Mercedes, constant podiums. Like,
Yes.
it's just crazy, and
Yeah.
we want them to be back there to at least help Red Bull fight Mercedes,
Yeah.
if anything.
Yeah, because now it
Definitely.
looks more like McLaren will be fighting Red Bull
Exactly.
and Mercedes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm happy for them, but I also want to see Ferrari up there.
Yeah. Like
Same.
there are two teams with so much tradition. Like they've been in the sport for such a long time,
Yeah,
and seeing those really old teams coming back, like McLaren and hopefully Williams too, because they've got so much history in the sport. They like a lot of amazing title winners are from that team, and I hope to see all of them back up there and fighting for championships again,
yeah,
or even a podium at
Yeah.
least.
yeah,
At least a podium, yes.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Williams has bad drivers, because we've seen what George
No.
can do in
no,
a Mercedes. So
I'm in Spain, but the S is silent.
exactly. Yeah. So
yeah,
well, Red Bull next, I guess.
yeah,
They've got a new driver.
Yeah,
Oh.
really interesting move.
Yes.
Still
Wasn't
feel-
expecting
I
that one.
still feel sorry for Alex. Like
Same.
like Red Bull has been screwing their second drivers for years now,
yeah,
and it's gotten to a point where I think it's not okay anymore. Like first Kwiat was the first one, then Danny
Yeah.
Rick, Pierre, now Alex, and I'm sick of it. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to see another good driver going downwards because of that team.
yeah, because it feels like they're changing their second driver every 2-3 races just because
Yeah.
they haven't been performing for one race, and I'm like, they aren't giving their second drivers a time to adapt to the car and to get used to it. They're like, you need to get in there and you need to win.
Like they expect the second driver to match Verstappen right away. Like Max is an amazing driver, of course he is, no questions there. But like also he needed his time to click with the team, like every driver does.
Yeah.
And it's rude to think that they can just match Verstappen, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I do think Checo we all know Checo's proved that he's a great driver. Like last year, he got podiums, he got his win. I do think it might be different just because he's got more experience. It just depends what the Red Bull car is like. It will be different to Max's. We know the car will be different. So it really just depends how different the car is and how much of a gap there'll be to Max. We don't know.
Yeah. Also, with the past drivers, they need to come in and drive in a car that's made for Max.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
True.
easy either.
No, it's
No,
not.
definitely not.
And it's
But
not
yeah.
like their second drivers were bad drivers. I mean, we've seen what
No,
Daniel can do.
of
We've
course
seen what
not.
Pierre can do in
Yeah.
AlphaTauri.
Mm-hmm.
And that just
see that.
shows that he's an amazing driver. Just Red Bull just didn't give him enough time to get used to the car. And I mean, wasn't it like half a year or like not much more than half a year that Pierre got to drive?
No, I think like it was after the summer break.
Yeah.
Not talking about Spa because like they really screwed Pierre. Like they couldn't know what happened that weekend, but I don't think I've ever felt so bad for a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like they really want to take the fight to Mercedes so quickly that they
Yeah.
just want someone who's as good
Mm.
as Max because they need it. So they're just rushing through people like, we need to find this person to
Mhm.
help us.
Yeah.
They're not giving people enough time to get to that level, or they just need it now.
Yeah.
I am excited to see how Sergio will fight against Max, because I don't think he will let Max walk over him so easily as maybe the others did. I think he will really fight and say like,
Yeah.
I'm here to win and I'm here to race. I'm not here to say, here Max, go pass me, win. I will do nothing.
I hope he will, because he really deserves it. It's not like, I mean, I feel bad for Alex, but Checo really deserves to see, because he's an amazing driver.
Yeah.
He's shown what he can do with a Racing Point. Considering that was like a midfield team,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he will be amazing in a Red Bull. At least that's what I hope. If his engine cover doesn't blow off again, I think he will do great things. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about Alpha Tauri,
The rookies.
the
yeah,
rookie.
The rookies.
the rookie.
First rookie we'll be talking about.
Yes, Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki. Yeah.
Yuki the
Yeah.
rookie. I'm so happy he got a seat in Formula One.
Yeah. I think he deserves it. He proved to
Yeah.
be a good
Yeah.
driver in testing as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He
he got
showed
the
that he-
second fastest lap.
Yeah.
And also, like, he was a rookie in F2 and he almost was the runner up. Just one, I think it was 1 point that divided
Yeah.
him from Callum. So,
Yeah, it was the last race.
yeah. So, I think he was a rookie back then. Like, he was actually fighting for super license points back then. So, he would actually be able to drive in Formula
Yeah.
One. And he did it all in his rookie year. So, I think there's a lot we can expect. Not building any pressure here,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But I think that it's going to be really interesting to see also with Gasly. Like,
Yeah.
Gasly is also
Yeah.
an amazing driver, as is Tsunoda, and I think they two will really push each other, which will be amazing for AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to how AlphaTauri can get back to the midfield, kind of mix with them a bit more rather than being just at the back. I think these
Yeah.
two drivers have both got the potential, and hopefully the car delivers as well.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think of like the way the car look? I think it doesn't really, it didn't
Like
really
it.
take a lot from last year, but it does look elegant.
Yeah, it does. I
Yeah.
like the blue. The blue is
Yeah,
like
it's great.
Yeah.
it's a pretty blue. It's not like it's
Yeah.
dominant, but not like too bright.
Exactly.
No. It is
But we've got a
confusing
lot
with all
of
the
blue
blues
cars
on the
on
We
the
got a
field.
lot of blue.
It's so confusing.
Crazy.
I'm sure there's a blue everybody likes on the grid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Talking about the other two rookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's start with Mick first, because I think we're all excited to see him in Formula One.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think he showed in F2 that he deserves the spot in F1. That he didn't get
And
there
not
just because of his name. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, he is the Formula 2 champion, and you don't get that because your
Exactly.
father is one of the greatest drivers ever. Like, you don't
No.
get that because of that.
Yeah.
You get that because you're an amazing driver and because you were better than the rest. And that's basic. Like, that's it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, he's also shown in Formula 2 and in Formula 3 that you'll need some time to adapt to the situation. Like, he's not gonna click right away. He's never like
No.
he hasn't done it in Formula 2 and he hasn't done it in Formula 3. Like, the first year was like getting a feeling for everything,
Yeah.
and then the second year he totally blown away everything.
Mhm.
Everyone, sorry. So maybe just give him some time. Don't expect too much, especially because of Haas. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
Yeah.
going
get me
downwards.
scared on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think since Haas aren't upgrading their car this year, they're clearly focused on 2022. That Mick will have more time to adapt. There won't be
Yeah.
anything new coming his way. So hopefully he'll do well.
I hope.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
do.
worried about his teammate ruining everything for him.
Yeah, like
Because
crashing into each other.
yeah, I
If
think
it wasn't just crashing into each other.
Mazepin will, not just because I don't like him. This is not just personal preference, but I do think he will crash a lot because
Yeah.
that's what he used
Yeah.
in Formula 2 as well.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
also I think the other drivers, the more advanced drivers, and I'm thinking like Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel and those people, they will not put up with Mazepin's
No,
bullshit. I think when he says something wrong, they will be the ones to confront him because they're like,
Yeah.
they don't support him, and maybe the other ones, like the newer ones and the younger drivers, are a bit, I don't want to say scared, but in a way they are to go and say something because they're not in the sport as long. But the other ones, I hope and I think they will like just go up and say like this is not okay. And if he's making a racist comment, I think they will go up to him and
yeah, definitely.
be angry.
Like, I can see him get a race ban and not just
Same.
one because it would be the first time, and that's sad. It's actually sad.
It is, but I
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised, and I don't think it will like take more than 4 races for him to get a race ban.
No,
I honestly don't think it will take much longer.
no, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I can see your point. I
Yes.
totally see your point. I agree, which is still really sad.
I hope he like proves himself as a driver, because as a person, you cannot
Yeah.
like be sorry
Yeah.
enough for what you've done. But as a driver, I just hope he will like prove himself and just be like, okay, I'm not just someone who crashes into people and who gets into fights with people. I'm also a good driver, and I'm here because I deserve it.
And not
Yeah.
just because of my dad's money.
Exactly. I think he will take like the comment of "oh, daddy's cash" off of Lance, because Lance has actually proven himself.
Yeah.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
Mazepin, we'll have to
And
see.
also Lance hasn't made like so many rude comments and things
No.
like that because he
No.
just got a lot of hate because of the fact that his dad got a lot of cash and he invested. But in a way,
Yeah.
every parent of a Formula One driver has a lot of
Yes.
cash because
Yes.
it's not a cheap sport. You can't get in there when you
No. No.
have no money.
Definitely not.
No.
So yeah, I think Lance has got a bit of hate unfairly.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Definitely.
deserves it.
No.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think that changed seeing him actually getting on pole, ending
Yeah.
up on the podium, and
That
not
really.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah. So he proved himself. I do hope that Mazepin does it as a driver in the same way, because yes, of course he got it because of his dad's money, but at the same time he can't stay there forever just because his
No.
dad got a lot of money. Like, I think, like you said before, like Hamilton and Vettel will talk to other people, like head of the sports, and
Yeah.
actually, yeah, because that's just not okay. There is so many other amazing drivers out there who
There
didn't
are.
get a
Yeah.
seat.
Mhm.
I personally thought that Isla would get the seat next to
Same.
Schumacher.
Yes,
I was so surprised.
I
was
was so convinced.
Mazepin.
yeah.
Yeah, do we think that regardless of Mazepin's money or his actions, do you think that fifth place in the F2 Championship isn't enough to get into Formula One? Or because like obviously we've seen Alex who got third and he's already gone. So do you
Yeah.
think fifth place is enough to prove that you can get into Formula One?
I think it proves it up to a certain point. I think
Yeah.
it proves that you
Yeah.
can be good in Formula One, but if you go
Yes.
there, you don't prove yourself in Formula One. It's
Then you're gone.
yeah, Yeah.
Don't
Then it's
forget,
done.
Pastor Maldonado also won the Formula 2 championship. And we all know what went down with Pastor Maldonado.
Yes. Yeah.
Talking
Yeah.
facts
wild
here. Yeah, you can say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice way to.
Yeah.
So, but also, like, Nick de Vries also won the Formula 2 championship. I mean,
Yeah.
he's driving in Formula E. And he's doing good
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and he's like a reserve driver for both Mercedes and McLaren, I believe.
Yeah, I think
If
so.
I'm right.
Yeah, I also Stoffel van Dorn, I think too. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mercedes
Mercedes
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mercedes will have like 10 reserve drivers because I'm pretty sure George will be one as well this year.
Yeah, I think so.
So they have like
I
a whole
just-
list of reserve drivers.
George.
Maybe
Sorry.
it's a bad thing to hope for, but I
was pain.
hope like at one point like Bottas. I really do hope that Bottas will not be able to drive just one race. Nothing too bad, nothing like serious, but that George will come in and then we can see George and Lewis Hamilton
that
race together to see
Yeah,
compare
oh my God,
those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that definitely
Yeah.
show how George really what George's talent is, because we all know he's really talented, but we haven't really got to see it. So
I'm like, as you said, I don't wish any harm on Bottas, but
No.
it
Maybe
would be
just like
amazing.
a sprained ankle or something.
Well, really, just
minor.
yeah.
Something, or I don't know.
Fell off the stairs and his pinky hurts.
Just
Yeah.
that.
small, not
Just
too bad.
that, and then everything will be
Something
fine.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even just a cold.
Yeah.
Something really minor. Yeah.
Just something
Just so we can.
bad enough so he won't be able to drive.
Yeah. Or maybe like he came in contact with somebody COVID positive. He isn't sick. He isn't positive, but he came in contact, so he needs to self-isolate, so he won't be able to drive.
Exactly.
Just
so
like
Yeah.
just something.
I don't wish.
Get
Yeah.
to the seat and see him against Lewis. I think that it will be a struggle again for George to get in Bottas's car as well, because George is like freaking tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that will be a problem, but that's beside the point. I mean,
Like he still did an amazing in Sakir, even though he was like he had to wear shoe size down.
yeah.
Like I can't imagine that, because I always go crazy when my shoes don't fit perfectly.
Yeah.
And he actually
drove a race with shoes that are a size too small. I think that proves something. And
No excuses from anybody. Like, if they're uncomfortable in the car, if George can do it, then
exactly, like fitting in a car which is like not built for him, for a guy that is like, how much taller is George? Like a lot.
I think he's 6'2".
He's a lot taller. I think like
we use another system in Germany. I literally don't know.
I
think George is like 1 meter and like
80?
82, I think
80.
Yeah.
I think
and I think Lewis is like 170 maybe.
I think Lewis and I are actually the same height, and like George would be there.
George is just really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the Mercedes team, they haven't changed anything, but they did wait to sign Lewis Hamilton
so long
for a long time.
Yeah, like, and then he only had a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
Also, Bottas' contract is it's just for this year, right?
Yeah, it's ending this year. Yeah.
It's ending this year. All right. Yeah. So
do we think there will be a new team next year?
Yeah, I think George will have a seat definitely in Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's safe. For me, it's safe. But it was also safe that Isle will drive in Formula One. So I'm careful, but it's safe that George will be in Mercedes next year.
Yeah. If George takes one seat, who will take the second seat in Mercedes? Who do we think would fit in that?
If
Not
Max,
literally, but
I think Max could have like a big opportunity to get that seat, because if Red Bull doesn't match up to his expectations, he's able to leave. So I do think Mercedes will try to get Max on board.
yeah.
Yeah, there was also Esteban Ocon, people were saying
Exactly.
maybe.
Because he's still connected to Toto Wolff really closely.
Yeah, and obviously if Pierre Gasly goes to Alpine, then it could work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
so,
then we can put Ilott in the seat of Pierre Gasly.
Exactly. And then there's room for another
but
rookie at Williams.
I'm not sure if Ilott would actually drive at AlphaTauri, because he's a Ferrari Academy driver, and Ilott is a testing driver and reserve driver this year for Ferrari. So I'm not sure about it. But maybe next year there will be another seat open, because
Kimi will retire.
Sad as it is, exactly. It's sad to say that, but I'm convinced Kimi will retire after the season.
Yeah.
And you never know if, also you never know if Giovinazzi will be staying in the sport.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, because he's not a bad driver.
He's there.
He's kind of just there. We don't really, we don't know if Alfa Romeo, because of the car, it's hard to tell how much talent he has. We don't know if he's getting the most out of the car.
Yeah, it was also apparently he was very angry that he didn't get the Ferrari seat, but Carlos did.
I do think Carlos deserves it a bit more than Giovinazzi.
Yeah, I think so too, but he really thought he would get it because Alfa Romeo and Ferrari are connected, so he thought I would move up there, and then I don't know who would get into there in the seat, but he was so angry that Carlos got it, but I think Carlos deserved it. Yeah, but I think
I feel sorry for Carlos, because seeing McLaren getting back and now moving to Ferrari.
Yeah,
but I still got hope that Ferrari will be back on top there as well.
Yeah. Also, I think Daniel made a good decision to go to McLaren and not Ferrari.
Yeah,
exactly. I think that. Don't know why.
I think it will be good for McLaren to have both Daniel and Lando, because they're both really bright persons. They're really happy and out there. And, I think it will be good because Daniel is such an amazing driver. He's proven himself many times.
Yeah.
And Lando he's really talented as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we can't say that too much, because then people will think we're just Lando Sims.
Yeah, exactly. We're girls. Aren't we supposed to only watch the sport because we like the drivers and because we think the drivers are hot?
Exactly. So Lando's the worst.
Yeah, pay driver.
Exactly.
Worst pay driver.
Yeah.
No, but I do think that
prove that we
it's horrible. But I do think that Daniel, with his knowledge, will improve McLaren as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think McLaren are already taking steps forward with the team in the car, and I think Daniel, he's got so much experience, he's very successful, so I think he'll be good for the team.
Yeah, and seeing how in 2 years they came from I don't know which place in the championship to the 3rd place in the constructor championship.
That's amazing.
I think it proved that they've grown so much. Yeah.
Also, I think Zach Brown and Andreas Seidel are doing an amazing job. It's a really good combination. The whole the spirit in the team is amazing. They're always so bright, just like their drivers. I think there are great things coming.
Yeah, and I think Lando can learn a lot from Daniel, because Daniel's so experienced, and I think it's a good move.
Daniel's already a race winner. I think Lando learned a lot from Carlos already, but Daniel is a race winner. And if he's definitely capable to fight for the title if he gets the chance and if he's in the right car.
Yeah.
And I think that they're really going to challenge each other because Lando is going in with his third year at McLaren, already knows the team. Daniel has all this experience, and I think the connection, the combination, I think this will really be one of the best packages we're gonna get this season.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll talk about the last team, Williams. They haven't really made a change with the drivers.
No. I feel sorry for Joyce that he's.
I was expecting. Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah,
let's see what's gonna come next. Now that like the Williams family is out and they've got a new owner.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're back. Like Mercedes said that they're gonna invest more in the team and then that they're gonna help them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or every so
getting
that support, I think there's gonna be like they're definitely gonna grow.
I hope to see them grow this year already. Like I know they're not gonna go for the podium, but
no, definitely. Just top 10, I hope. Like at least like a few races.
Yeah,
one of them.
Or at least some points.
Yeah.
That
would be great.
Actually, I do think they will get some points. I think they'll get better.
I hope they will.
Yeah, I feel like Williams won't be last this year.
No, I think Haas will, but
yeah,
just because they've got two rookies, I think.
Yeah.
That just because of the talent of George, that and he always gets everything out of the car.
Yeah, and Williams, Haas hasn't improved their car, at least not that much, I think. So, I think they will be like on the bottom of the constructors' championship.
Yeah. Also,
yeah, I feel sorry for Günther.
Same. I love that man. He's just
same.
He's literally like biggest meme on the grid in a positive way is Günther. No, you cannot change my mind. He is the biggest meme on the grid.
He is.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Definitely in a good way. Like
yeah.
How he managed the wankers.
Exactly.
He does not fuck smash my door. I just wanted to say, like, he does not fuck smash my door.
Yes, that's like, I think that's one of the most iconic things he's ever said.
Yeah. I'm already hyped for the next season of Drive to Survive.
Have you seen that part where he's like, I do not want an umbrella, it's gonna ruin my ego?
Yes! It's so Günther.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, our expectations.
And predictions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'd say with the most easy thing, I'm pretty sure Mercedes will win a constructors championship and Lewis will win another title. That's like, it's safe.
Yeah.
Unless something really, really bad happens.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
It's pretty set in stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think obviously testing doesn't mean anything. No. We know Mercedes always keep something right up until they need it at qualifying. They've always got it. They just hide it. They just make us doubt, but we all know that they're gonna do well and beat everyone else.
They will be the number one constructors again.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Lewis will just win the World Championship.
Yeah.
I think Max could have like a really good choice, like chance of having second place.
Yeah. I think
definitely.
I think Max it will be more of a fight this year.
Yeah.
I still think Lewis will win, but he will be challenged more, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope, but I
hope.
do think so.
Yeah, well, Max had some bad luck last season, so he definitely, without the bad luck, he would have beaten Valtteri. So I definitely think with Red Bull getting stronger this year again,
Yeah.
that there'll be more of a fight to watch,
Mhm.
hopefully.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think Red Bull will be the second in the constructorships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this
I
year.
think for third, there will be an interesting fight going on between Aston Martin and McLaren.
Same, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I think like Aston Martin, I think they're like they've like back when they were still Racing Point, they've improved a lot over the last couple of years. Aston McLaren, and they both got an amazing driver lineup. So I think that will be really interesting to see who takes the last step on the constructors podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of similar because they've both got one experienced driver and one really good
Yeah.
potential young driver. So
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that Alpine will be up there as well,
Yeah. I think
fighting
they'll be,
with
like,
them,
Yeah.
because even though I don't want Alonso back, he's still a good driver.
He's there. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we'll see.
yeah, just as
see.
we can't rule out Seb as being great, like just because he had a bad year, we can't
Yeah.
expect two-time world champion Alonso to be bad. Like he's not going to be bad. So
No, he's not.
Yeah.
and it's a bit of the same situation. Like, you got Alonso, who's got a lot of experience, and you got Ocon, who just got a lot of experience in the team as well. He knows the team, and then you've got
Yeah.
Alonso, who just got years and years of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But
I
I also-
hope to see Ferrari like back fighting at least for midfield, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't think they've improved that much that they can fight for third this
No.
year. Definitely not.
Sadly not.
no, I do think that they will do quite well. Obviously, Charles got more points than Lando last year, so I think
Yeah.
Carlos can bring in a lot of points as well. So
Yeah, definitely.
I think they can still do well in the constructors.
Yeah. Also, like it will be interesting to see where AlphaTauri will end up, because
Yeah.
I do.
I like it seems like they've improved, and Tsunoda is a really good driver, as is Gasly. So
I think they will
I'm
be
excited
fighting a
to
lot
see the
with
midfield
Ferrari.
battle.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
see them fighting with Ferrari, yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say, because
Yeah.
I would have never
Ferrari to
expected
be fighting
say
Mercedes,
that.
but
Yeah, I know Ferrari
Yeah.
have gone from fighting the Red Bull first team to the sister team. So
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then for the bottom three, the last three, I think for me, Alfa Romeo, then Williams, and then Haas was
Yeah.
last.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Williams
I
will be
don't-
like on the bottom this year, but I don't
No.
think they'll be like up there yet to
No,
fight for me.
I don't think they have improved that much that
No.
they will be better than Alfa Romeo, who's got Kimi, which still a great driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
Kimi.
As long
that's enough.
But don't forget, it's just a hobby for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's still pretty good at his hobby. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, but it's just
but
a hobby. Like,
it's
can
just
do
a
anything.
hobby. Yeah.
yeah. I do think Haas will finish last just because of the fact that they're not upgrading their car much or at all, and they've got two rookies. Obviously, we know Mick takes a bit of time to get used to things.
Yeah.
And Mazepin, who finished only fifth, well, I say only fifth in the F2, so we don't know what's going to happen with them.
I don't think
Yeah.
they'll be like fighting anything this year. Mazepin might be, but as a team they won't. So I don't think they'll be like up there yet. Sorry, I just had to-
not. All right. But who do we think Mazepin will be fighting?
I think I hope not, but I think he'll be like he'll get in fights with like maybe Williams, like George and Nicholas, because that's the team that's going to be closest to Haas. I think.
Just imagine conspiracy here. Just imagine we're getting like Ocon and Verstappen, but with Mazepin and Verstappen.
I think Max will be like much worse than just
Yeah.
pushing him.
I don't think
he'd-
people
I
will
think
hold
he'd be
him
out
back
there.
as much as they do with Ocon.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh God.
that would be.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't say I would hate to see it. I would not like it, but I would like spice up.
It would add some spice.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
So does anybody have any like bold predictions for the season? I don't know if mine's is bold, but my prediction is that both Ferrari drivers will finish above Lando in the the drivers.
That's bold.
That's
Yeah.
bold. That's bold. Yeah.
It depends on the car because I think McLaren has improved, like, because they've got a Mercedes engine now, so
Yeah.
that will be good for them. But I hope Lando will finish above both Ferrari drivers. I love Ferrari, but their car is just not up there, I think.
No.
It's
That's
basically just like a tractor thingy. Just like that's it. It's not as bad as a Williams or a Haas, but it's not up there yet.
No.
And I do think McLaren have improved a lot over the last couple of years, and like they haven't changed like the look of their car that much because they wanted to put more effort into like the actual car instead of just the look of the car. So I think with what they've improved of the car, I think that we'll make sure that Lando and Daniel will finish quite high in the championship.
Yeah.
Obviously not top 3 because it's gonna be Max, Hamilton, and Bottas again.
Yeah.
The usual three.
The usual 3.
Yeah.
I do think
I would.
we will see a podium for Daniel and Lando. Don't know whether
Yeah.
they will be on a podium together, but I do think we'll see a podium for
both
for
of
Lando
them.
again.
Yeah. I hope
And
so, 'cause he deserves
and not to
it.
be like his last podium wasn't a real podium, but I do think his podium now will not be because of a time penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what
So
we
it-
hope for McLaren going forward, that they actually, not saying they didn't deserve it, but
No.
they get it just from the speed of the car.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
not just get it handed to them because Lewis got a time penalty.
Yeah.
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 All right. Another really bold prediction, like more like a hope I have, because that would be awesome to see Carlos and Lando together on the podium.
Yes.
Because we didn't get that back
Oh.
at McLaren,
Yeah.
and
need
I
that.
hope for that. Like,
I think it
Yeah,
might
that would be
happen, but for that to happen, I think both Mercedes would have to crash at like in the first corner. 'Cause otherwise
I'm getting flashbacks from 2016 here.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
don't worry. It was quite alright.
Yeah, but I hope they will, but I have a feeling that Mercedes will be like dominant again. Not as dominant as last year, but I do think they'll be dominant again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but
I want to see, and will only happen if George will be in a Mercedes for one race. I want to see Lando and George up there
yeah,
together.
like
Yeah.
fighting, not like last year with like I think like last year it was at like in Russia when like the 3 2019 rookies were racing
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, they did have one.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Russia.
I'm not sure if it was Russia, but that was like
That was
like
weird.
it was amazing to see,
Yeah,
but
but it was
I would have loved that they would have fighted for podium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I
Like,
for like I don't know what place it was, but they were like at the
Not
bottom
even
of the
points.
list. No.
Yeah, but wasn't even for points.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's just kind of look ahead to the future, like what we can expect. It's quite exciting.
Yeah.
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 I'm
Also,
I'm
like,
expecting improvement for all the teams, because last
Yeah.
year I knew like Williams wasn't gonna improve that much.
No.
Like you just knew, and now this year I think they will.
Yeah. I hope they will.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
I mean, I
Mm.
always like a few years ago, like 2 years ago, I always forgot that like Latifi was driving, or like Kubica. I think it was Kubica back then.
Yeah.
I've always forgot he was driving because he was never doing something really. He wasn't like
I got that with
doing overtakes and
Giovinazzi. I always
Same.
forget that he's actually
Yeah.
on the grid.
yeah, like he's just there. And sometimes he crashes, and then you're like, oh, he was also driving today.
Yeah, I think it's also down to just
Was
like
that
the
an-
TV coverage, like in testing,
Yeah.
whenever Lewis Hamilton was on the track, that was who they were focused on.
Yeah,
Like they did do quite a lot of midfield coverage because that was kind of the closest battle,
yeah.
but we never really get to see the back of the grid.
No, which is really sad.
Definitely, but we'll see. Kind of expecting to for Sap to be back on the podium.
I hope he
Like-
will.
I hope
Maybe
he will.
even win a race. Like,
I hope he
you
will.
never
I
know.
really hope he will because he's an amazing
Um,
driver. Ferrari just fucked him over.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see how the season goes, because I don't really see them going as smooth as we think this will be. Maybe not as chaotic as last year, but I don't think
I hope
that.
not, because I don't want like repeats of what happened last year.
But like, we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see
Yeah.
what the season will bring.
I'm
I
really
got a
excited for it. Well,
Who do we want to see leave the grid next year next to Nikita Mazepin? Want to see him leave, but who else do we like really want to see leave
I
the
would
grid?
want to say leave, but I think Kimi will leave because, and maybe Lewis, because if he gets another world championship, there's not really much more for him to fight for because he's broke all records and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think.
Yeah, I
Wait.
don't think. Oh,
Go.
I go like, I'm so recommending. Just go. I have to think.
yeah, I don't know if I want Valtteri to leave, but I do kind of want him to go to a different team just so the young talent can shine through a bit more. Like just as Kimi's done, he's gone to like a lower team. Just maybe Williams. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say the same thing. Like, I think Mercedes should, I don't want to say should make room, but I think it would be nice to see new drivers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of want Alonso gone by the end of the
Same.
season. Okay, that
Don't-
was
yeah.
rude. Like, that was a bit
No,
rude, but
it's fine.
just
I want
thinking
it
about
gone.
their driver academy, like their Guan Yu Zhou and Christian Lundgaard, and it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them, because
Yeah, definitely.
also maybe when Ocon is moving on, it's gonna be amazing to see what happens by the end of the season. Like, I'm already hyped for next year with the new regulations,
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, that's, like, of course some things have changed in the teams, but like there are only 3 new drivers. I don't count Alonso as like a new one because
No,
came back.
No.
But of course there are things that changed with like Daniel to McLaren and those things, but I don't
Yeah.
think the grid changed that much, with like
yeah,
drivers. So
like, I think it's really getting interesting again as soon as Mercedes is doing changes. Like,
yeah, definitely.
they're so dominant.
Yeah.
As long as nothing changes there, I don't think like it's gonna feel like a real change.
No.
No.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like talking tracks, but I love to see Imola and Portimao back on the calendar.
Same.
It's like
Yeah.
Imola's got so much history and all. And
Yeah. It's one of the,
I'm also very excited for Zandvoort.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
yes,
That's a
I'm
great one.
so excited.
Yeah.
yeah, same. 'Cause last year we sadly didn't get the chance to see it,
No.
but this year,
Yeah.
like I think that race will happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so
It has
too.
to. Like,
I hope, because the Dutch government is like the worst, honestly. It's literally like it's a mess. So I hope once we get to September that the race can actually happen. But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Do you think because sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you think that since there's more tracks on the calendar this year, different ones, that it might give other people more of a chance? Like maybe there'll be more tracks suited to Max, so we might get more of a chance,
Yeah,
more
definitely.
variety. So
Definitely.
maybe we will see a closer fight.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also there are new tracks like Zandvoort. I don't think anybody with an F1 car right now has raced there because they haven't raced there
No.
in 20,
Years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
A lot.
A lot.
Doing it.
I think their last race was in the 80s or the 90s, so it has been a few years. I think it was in 85 their last race with F1.
I don't know.
So it's exciting because it's for everybody a new track, and I think then you will see like how everybody will fight.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry.
It's
My cat
okay.
just walked into my room.
Yeah, Sanford will be nice to see.
Yeah.
And also like will like my mind just stopped working for a moment.
It's okay, don't worry.
Like literally I was like, okay, empty, we're just empty right now. Also I am like, I think it will be interesting to see what the track layout for Saudi Arabia will be like, because like so many rumors are going on, but no one really knows what the actual track layout will be.
Mm.
Also new track no one's ever raced before, because we don't even know what the track's gonna look like.
No.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it's also gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never know what the pandemic will do to the
No.
to the
No.
season.
I hope it will
No.
like only get better from now on, because with the vaccines and everything, but
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Me too, but I'm hoping that everything will be back to normal.
Yeah.
And like seeing sports doing their thing is actually, like, for me personally, it's showing me that we're on a good way.
Yeah.
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 And also thinking about the fact that it's a racing sport, so everybody's just in their own car and they don't really make
Yeah.
contact. If I see football matches, I'm like, yeah, they're coming so close contact. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
it would make more sense if they would cancel those. I don't want to see them cancel those, but in a way, if they were gonna say like, yeah, we want to cancel sports again, it make more sense if they cancel those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I never really understood why they canceled like basically the whole season.
No.
Yeah.
And football matches were back on, at least in Germany. Like
Yeah.
you've got your players and you're like literally this close. And in
Yeah.
Formula One, you like, of course the teams are bigger and everything, but in the end the drivers are on their own in their own
Yeah,
car for most of
exactly.
the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably just like the scene on like the grid at the start of the race when you've got literally hundreds of people. I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all get tested before like the races and everything, so
Yeah.
I think I
Right.
hope that they won't cancel any races again this year because
Yeah.
Well, let me be honest. I wouldn't mind if they canceled France.
no, I hate that track.
Same.
Favorite. Yeah.
I hope that we can get to Australia though, because they've
Yeah.
already postponed it, that we can still
Yeah.
race there later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still feels weird that the season doesn't start in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's weird. Like, have
Yeah.
they ever had like a season ender and then the next season open in the same place?
No,
Yeah.
that's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, it is.
It's also like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for the drivers who drove the 2020 Grand Prix because obviously they'll kind of, that's the last thing they remember, the Bahrain Grand Prix. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, there was Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always forget about that one too
Same.
because
Me
it's
too,
quite
I forgot
boring.
about it.
Yeah, see,
I must have been asleep.
I think I actually fell asleep during that race, so
That one's always so
it's quite
boring. But
alright.
I do think Bahrain this year will be boring because they've got all the data. They've got all the data from like testing already. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
from the two races we actually had there
Yeah.
last year,
So it's
just let's
really
hope it's not
boring.
getting as eventful as
No.
last year.
Yeah, one was too eventful and one wasn't
Yeah.
eventful enough.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
like I didn't need I didn't need that again.
No.
Next week we're going to be talking about the new Drive to Survive, and we're also going to be looking forward to the season opener.
Be sure to leave a comment about your predictions and what you're most excited about for the new F1 season.
Make sure to follow our social media. It's all linked in our description box. So be sure to check that out if you want to see more behind the scenes or be sure to never miss a thing.
And that was the first episode of the newest podcast, Girls on the Grid. I hope you liked it and stay tuned for more content.